The first time I ever had one, I thought I was dying. I was 17, I had just wrapped up having sex with my boyfriend, and little did I know at that time in my life that asking for things rougher, harder, and all that had real consequences. Pretty much as soon as we were done, my ass felt off. So I go to the bathroom to clean up, and I got this sensation that I needed to go number 2, but it felt kind of bizarre. So I sat on the toilet and did my business, and when I got up, bitch,
Massacre.
the toilet bowl was so red, I couldn't believe I even had a drop of blood left in my body. Now, the crazy part is I was also staying at my friend's house hooking up with my boyfriend in their guest bedroom. So I bolted back to the bedroom, and yes, you can believe it, blood in the fucking sheets. All of this horror from one little the size of a peanut, a hemorrhoid. Now, explaining to my friend's mom while I was washing all their guest bedding at 1 a.m. is a completely different horror story. If you haven't noticed, hemorrhoids are a legit pain in the ass. 1 in 20 people will get a hemorrhoid in their life, and nearly half of people over the age of 50 have one. So even if you don't bottom, listen up, because chances are you have an ass. Here are 5 tips on how to heal up a hemorrhoid, plus a breakdown of what a hemorrhoid actually is. Other than a weird little marble sticking out of your ass, what is a hemorrhoid? Your rectum and anus are full of veins. When these veins get inflamed, they swell up, causing the hemorrhoid that you now feel in between your cheeks. Sometimes the walls of these blood vessels stretch so thin that they bulge out. Not the fun kind of bulge. There are 3 types of hemorrhoids: internal, external, and prolapsed. Internal hemorrhoids are the most common, and they're so far up your rectum that you probably won't even see them or feel them because there's not very many pain-sensing nerves up there to begin with. Thank fuck. Internal hemorrhoids are harmless, and assuming you're doing everything you can to take care of them, which we are getting to, they'll heal up within a week or 2. Prolapsed hemorrhoids are internal hemorrhoids that have slipped on out of your body. Oh boy. Don't worry though, it's not as bad as it sounds. They usually go back into your body on their own, and even if they don't, you can take your little finger and push it back inside your body yourself. I've actually had to do this to myself a few times, and trust me, it's super easy and it doesn't hurt. It's just a little weird. The body is a strange thing, for real, y'all. External hemorrhoids are the least common and the ones that hurt the most. They form under the skin around your anus where a lot more pain-sensing nerves are, which is why having your ass eaten out feels amazing, but having an external hemorrhoid feels awful. Anal fissures are not hemorrhoids. In fact, they are actually tears in your rectum. Comment below if you want a video on anal fissures, but I'm gonna get back to hemis for now. The main causes of hemorrhoids are straining when you poop, straining when you do something physical like deadlifting weights you can't actually lift, pregnancy, and anal sex. If you like to bottom, the chances of you getting a hemorrhoid are pretty high. So let's talk about how to prep for the inevitable. Tip number 1 is to hydrate. Water is key in bouncing back from a hurting hemi. Your rectum is a muscle and it needs to be hydrated to be pliable. So put the goddamn vodka soda down for 5 minutes. Tip number 2 is light exercise. Exercise is gonna keep your blood and your bowels moving, but for real, keep it super light. I just made that joke about deadlifting weights that you can't actually lift. My favorite exercise to do is Pilates, and fun fact, Pilates does such a good job strengthening your core and your pelvic floor that it can really help prevent hemorrhoids in the future, especially when you're on the toilet. Tip number 3 is to eat more fiber. Duh. Constant diarrhea and constipation can actually cause hemorrhoids, so bulk up that stool and keep things moving. Try to stick to naturally high fiber foods, but if that's a struggle, because let's face it, you like to just make things difficult, supplements will do just fine. The last time I had a hemorrhoid, my doctor actually shared with me to stick to fiber powder over capsules because the capsules are extra dry from their manufacturing process. If capsules are all you got though, double down on tip number 1, hydrate. Tip number 4 are hemorrhoid creams and witch hazel pads. These products are going to help major when it comes to the burning and itching that comes with hemorrhoids. A cream like Preparation H also helps with the inflammation of your hemorrhoid, as well as providing a protective layer over the hemorrhoid so that when you have a bowel movement, it doesn't irritate the hemorrhoid as much. I actually had the chance to work with Preparation H earlier this year. I'm gonna link the video below because it's a really fun one, and it was cool to get to work with such a big company to talk about hemorrhoids and their relationship with bottoming, because bitch, that relationship is real. So thanks, Preparation H. Maybe y'all will sponsor this video next. Now, if you're using hemorrhoid creams and you're using the long nozzle to insert into your rectum, just make sure you're cleaning it really, really well before and after each usage. Don't be nasty, at least not that kind of nasty. Tip number 5, and it happens to be my top tip for getting better, are baths. A sitz bath is going to be the best thing you can do for that angry hemi. The warm water from the bath is not only going to clean the area, but it's going to help so quickly with the inflammation from a hemorrhoid. And you don't even need Epsom salt. Although it is a major bonus, it's not necessary for a sitz bath. A sitz bath is simply plain Jane warm water. If you don't have a bathtub in your household, you can actually go to the pharmacy and get a sitz bath attachment for your toilet seat. They're really affordable and they're super easy to take on and off your toilet seat so that you can start tackling that hemi without a bathtub. Just don't sit in them for too long, because sitting for too long might have been what caused your hemorrhoid to begin with. So set a timer on your phone. Speaking of time, you want to take these sitz baths for at least 15 minutes, and you want to do it 2 to 3 times a day for ultimate healing. Funny enough, I actually got a hemorrhoid when I was starting to plan out this video because I was just sitting too long. I started taking a sitz bath the same day, and within 4 days it was completely gone. I'm telling you, these do the damn job. Out of anything, out of any tip today, this is the one. Sitz baths. Hemorrhoids are about as common as sneezing, and hell, I would bet money that a sneeze can cause a hemorrhoid. Although we know you're a size queen, so that might be how you ended up with your hemorrhoid. Sneezing, yeah, right. Rather than if, but when you get a hemorrhoid, don't beat yourself up about it. Be proactive and start dealing with it right away, starting with that bath. And from one slut to another, I know it can be hard, but take a break from bottoming while you're healing up just to be safe. Bottoms up.